As we all know, Kanye West wants to be president. And so to make his case, he went on the most popular podcast, that's Joe Rogan's podcast, to make his case. And so there were some moments from the interview that really stood out. But I wanna, before we play the videos, just highlight why Joe Rogan's podcast is valuable. Because it's not this overproduced, hyper-produced situation. It gives people this, I think, false sense of confidence that they can speak for 3 hours straight without making any mistakes or really showing that they're not prepared for what they claim they're prepared for, or that they're really not as great as they claim they are. And I think that this interview was a perfect example of it. So let's take a look at the first clip.
What if China takes over Taiwan? What if they invade Taiwan? What if something happens with Syria? What if something happens with Iran? What if something happens with Russia? And you have to make decisions about military action. Have you thought about this?
Yes, I would.
So that's the video that you might have seen go viral on Twitter. That was the first video I saw of the interaction. But to be fair, he did give an answer after that long pause. So let's be fair, let's play it in some more context, and then we can have a discussion about it. Watch.
You have to make decisions about military action. Have you thought about this?
Yes, I would. I have to say again, like COVID, I'm a civilian, and people can have all their perspectives that they could have of what they would do in that situation. But I would have the greatest professionals on the planet, the most skilled people that have all the experience that would present the information, and I would make the most sound, rational decisions, and I would follow God's will in my approach to dealing with these other countries, to dealing with these other leaders.
Okay, so there's more context for people who are ready to jump at us for not providing a lengthier video of Kanye's answer. But my take on it is that it's still disastrous, as I expected it to be, because Kanye West is not an expert on foreign policy. Kanye West hasn't really cared much about foreign policy, or at least not to the extent that's necessary for someone who's going to be commander in chief. I don't know how serious Kanye West has been about actually running for president. But what I do know is that there is a certain portion of the country, tiny portion, I wouldn't think that it's enough to really influence the election in one way or the other, who think that he's a genius. Yeah. They think that he has what it takes to be president. And look, this is not an indictment on Kanye West. This is an indictment on a lot of people who don't realize what the responsibility of that job is. To be a president is to be the ultimate public servant. That is the point of being president. It is meant to put your ego aside. It's meant to put your own needs, your own businesses aside in order to serve as a public servant. And we've moved so far away from that notion. It's become a giant vanity project now for celebrities, for reality show hosts like Donald Trump. And we see what that's led to in this country. It's led to division, hostilities between Americans. It's led to economic crashes. It's led to complete and utter disaster. And it's not a joke. Like, that's the thing that frustrates me the most about this whole situation, that people see it as a joke, as like a fun little vanity project. And look, Kanye West has, some mental health stuff, and I don't really want to go there. And I know that this is a story about Kanye West, but I really want to use this interaction to make a bigger point about how the presidency of the United States shouldn't be seen as a fun little joke. And I feel like people are treating it as such.
Okay, yeah, I'll go there. I'll go there easily and often. So if Kanye West has mental health issues and he just wants to sit in his studio and he wants to make albums and lead his private life, what am I gonna get in the guy's business for? I'm a progressive, let's get him some help, it's all good. But if you wanna run for president in the most consequential race of our lifetimes, and this is a rare case where that's not hyperbole, and you want to try to skew it in favor of Donald Trump by taking votes away from the Democratic candidate when you have literally, mathematically, a 0% chance of winning. I don't mean polling. I mean, he can't win enough states to become president because the idiot started too late, so he couldn't get on the ballot in most of the states. He's on in a couple of swing states, and I guess the hope is he takes enough votes away from Biden to help Trump win, because that's the only rational thing that could possibly happen. He literally cannot be president. He's not in enough ballots. He can't win enough electoral college votes. So you want to say to me, hey, Kanye West is mentally ill? Okay, then get him some help and don't put him on a ballot, etc. Is everybody around him massively guilty of putting a mentally ill guy on TV, on podcasts, and on ballots, most importantly? Yeah, I guess so. I guess they're all monsters. If we're pretending that he's not mentally ill, because that's what everybody's pretending, right? Oh, Kanye is smart. I hear people telling me Kanye is genius. If you're gonna tell me Kanye is a genius, then I'm gonna tell you Kanye is one of the dumbest guys in the country. Did you see that answer? We didn't stop the tape. He would actually go like this for 2-3 seconds before answering, because there's nothing up there. Now look, guys, again, if he just wants to be a musician, what do I care? And it's possible that you could be smart in some things and dumb in other things. It's not just possible, it's definitely the case that our brains are structured in different ways where you have different expertise, etc. But think about how arrogant and elitist and entitled it is to say, even though I don't know anything about policy or politics, I want to be president. Why? Because I'm rich and I'm a genius. And I do sneakers for $1 billion or whatever he charges, and I do white shirts for $250 that don't have any designs on them because I'm a genius. I mean, I don't know who's dumber, Kanye West or the people who buy a white t-shirt for $250 because Kanye the genius made it white. Okay, so I mean, this guy's been an idiot for a long time in things other than music. And if you can't see that, okay. So, but think about the arrogance. He hasn't thought about one foreign policy issue. It's like me saying, hey, you know what? I'm gonna be a brain surgeon. Cenk, how would you operate on the brain? I would hire the best experts and leave it to God's will. No, you get a job. You get someone for that job. You get a brain surgeon. You would never have someone operate on somebody's brain who says, I'll get other experts and I don't know a thing about it, right? But when it comes to politics and the president of the United States, actually it's not one person's life on the line. As we've seen with coronavirus and countless other examples, the Iraq war, and almost every decision they make, literally millions of lives are on the line. And Kanye, the arrogant prick that he is, goes around going, I don't know anything, but I'm gonna run anyway. I want to be famous. I want to be more famous. I want more money. Remember when he ran out of money? And then he went and begged Zuckerberg, but I'm a genius, you should give me more money because I took all the millions of dollars that I had just like Donald Trump and I flushed it down the toilet like an idiot. And so now give me more money, you owe it to me. For what? He owes the money for what? So for all the Kanye apologists, go piss off. And I don't care how much, I don't like you anymore. Because I like Kanye's music, that's why I think he should help destroy the country. I got no interest in you. So look, I agree with Anna. Rogan does some public service here because they trust him, they come on. He asks them honestly simple questions. I mean, what would you do if China invaded Taiwan is a tough question for a dentist. For a person running for office, let alone president, that's a super simple question. That's one of the first things that you would study up on foreign policy. And Kanye's answer is, So this has nothing to do with him being a rapper. There's a rapper I'd love to have run for office, maybe even president. His name is Killer Mike, okay? You wanna see someone who's an actual genius, who's actually smart? who can actually talk politics and policy, go to Killer Mike. You want to bring out an idiot like Kanye to do a show to try to get votes away from Biden so Trump can win. Go enjoy that show.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.